guest, Nick Fradiani. Welcome home, buddy.
Thank you for having me back. It's
I gotta tell you, like, I saw you in the parking lot, and I was like, oh my God, like, so much time has gone by, so many things have happened, and like, we're super pumped. Clearly, everybody's super pumped. This has been out of control.
It's been pretty crazy. It's been a long way since I was texting you outside of your building trying to get in when you guys locked me out. Remember?
Now I can't even get you to text me back. It's true. You're like I don't know that girl. You're like, caller ID blocked my number.
No, that is not true.
That is true. That's a fact. I'm not lying about that.
I've gotten a lot of slack from my friends, but look, you could look at this. I don't even look at my cell phone anymore. Let's see what today's at.
I stuck up for you. I said the same thing. I was like, you know what? Everybody is texting. Everybody is calling. You got to shut that thing off sometimes, man.
It gets a little overwhelming, but the support back home has been really tremendous. It's cool to be doing stuff like this and playing music out with my band, and this is just a blast. Love it.
We're definitely going to talk about Beach Avenue and all that, but what I want to ask you first is the night of the finale. It was so nuts, because I remember when you came in for the interview in the studio, you had said that you were at the Andy Grammer show, right?
Yeah.
And we were like talking about it, and our promotions guy, Steve, went into the archives just out of fun, pulled up a picture, and we have a picture of you standing in the crowd, like gazing with your big old smile on your face at Andy Grammer.
That's
like,
so funny.
How does that turn around that a year later you're on stage performing at the American Idol finale and you're singing with him?
Yeah, that's the first thing I talked to him about when I met him. I was like, dude, a couple months ago, I was sitting watching you at a bar right near my house, and trying to get a picture with you. And then it was even funnier. And then when I went to LA in the middle of the show, we don't have much time off, but I actually went and saw him at the House of Blues maybe a month before I ended up performing with him, not knowing that I was gonna. So it was kind of weird how it all played out. What a cool guy too, one of the nicest dudes.
He's real nice.
He
in our
really
interview,
is.
it was like the most down-to-earth guy in the
really
whole
is.
entire
He's truly
world.
a really nice guy.
A lot of rumors that maybe a duet with him. Is that true?
I'm trying to work it. I'm asking him, so we'll see. He said he's going on tour right now, and I'm getting pretty crazy too, but I think we're going to try to work something out.
Speaking of going on tour, he's going to be rocking out at Alive at 5 this summer.
That's
right.
You know
that?
I did see that as well.
It wouldn't be the first time you performed at Alive at 5 either.
That's right. We did it. Yeah, me and my band played it last summer, actually.
Yeah, so it'd be pretty cool if you guys could team up together, but I know you got a pretty tight tour schedule, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, because you're talking about how crazy it's getting now, and obviously you've been on the biggest stages playing with the biggest performers now that are out there. What does this kind of do with your creative process? Your writing, your preparation, all that stuff.
To be honest with you, I was always writing a ton the last couple years, and actually while being on Idol was probably the least I wrote. I think it's because your brain is so entrenched in all this stuff, and it's all you're thinking about is, oh, what am I doing next week? What am I, so I actually came home, and me and Nick started writing a little bit again, and Nick's my guitar player in my band. So, that's the main focus now is I'm going to go out to Nashville. My record company has me set up with a bunch of different co-writes, and I'm also going to be probably getting songs. People are going to be sending songs, and I'm going to be, we're trying to put together an album with just the best songs that we can do. We're not going to rush it, and we'll see what happens.
Incredible that you're able to play with the guys from Beach Avenue too. I mean, that's got to be great to get you right back in your comfort zone. I mean, you've been very comfortable,
right?
But that's got to feel really good.
Yeah, it does. It was a tough transition. It was really something that wasn't truly planned out. It was a sort of just spur of the moment decision to do this show. The band was doing well. It was just something I just did, and sometimes that's what happens in life. Things just play out in ways you might not have planned. And at first it was tough, and I think it was an adjustment for them. But I think they always knew that I'd stick by them. I always was going to vouch for them, and now they're here hanging out and playing with me still. So it's kind of how it was supposed to be, I think.
There's a lot of people that, talking about Beach Avenue, a lot of people always compared you to Daughtry, right? So I interviewed Daughtry, and he said the #1 thing that he can do is just keep writing while he's on tour.
Well, I watched that interview. I saw it.
Yeah,
he thought I was bald. He was like, what is he, bald or something?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I never once in my life heard I sound like Daughtry until American Idol.
Well, because you don't. But
exactly.
But
I don't sound like him at all. It's like, he has his voice is not totally, is like a little raspy, and he's on Idol. He's Daughtry.
but not even that. It's because you brought Beach Avenue from the beginning. We knew
right,
Beach
that's
Avenue
true too.
was,
We had a band, and he had a band before that too.
But I'm curious, is that part of it where it's going to be obviously Nick Fradiani, you're your own entity at this point, but is it going to become Beach Avenue like Daughtry became their own band?
Honestly, that's a little bit out of my hands at this point. I mean, I know that I just signed a record deal as myself, and I'll be putting out an album as Nick Fradiani with, with Big Machine Records. So right now, that's, what it's going to be. And I think, the name is the name to us at this point. It's just all about playing music. I remember a couple years ago we were talking, we were like, what if like somebody tried to make us go like country? Would we do it? And they're like, yeah, screw it. If we make it, Zippy was like, I'll throw on cowboy boots and a hat in a minute. So I mean, we were always willing to we just wanted to get our music out there some way. You know, whatever it was, we just wanted that shot, and now we have a shot. And if it's a different name, it's a different name. It is what it is.